officers, and horrible nourishment along with extreme work. And then they're expected to take all of that punishment for a crime that they 98%, according to the Office of the Juvenile System, according to them, they believe that they've been wronged. And according to the United States Department of Health, they all acquire some sort of mental illness. PTSD, depression, anxiety, etc., etc. They all build on in their heads some sort of mental inability because of what they experience in prison. And because of that mental inability, they become part of that 70% that ends up coming back to prison because of a crime that they've committed. Now, you know that this is a problem to have that many citizens out of our society, to have that many workers, that many helpers, that many neighbors, that many people in the criminal justice system, in the criminal system, is too high. However, going back to what earlier statistic I gave you, that 20% of prisoners who go back to jail in Norway, the reason that we have such a large gap from 70 to 20 is simple. Because our system focuses on punishment. Our system focuses on making sure that you feel terrible about everything that you're going to do for the rest of your life. And you're reminded, if you do that, this will happen. We're not focused on rehabilitation. We're focused on injecting an amount of PTSD that a prisoner will never surpass and that he will never get over, so that he will never do it again. Which actually, counter argument, presents the exact opposite. So what should we do instead? Well, I think we should adopt Norway's way of doing things. And Norway's way of doing things is about rehabilitating your people. It's about giving them meaningful jobs inside of the prisons. It's about paying them smaller wages, but wages that are not 23 cents an hour, about $3 to $6, so that they can go to a store and experience what it's like inside of their prison cell, inside of their prison, to see what it's like to be back outside. They have breaks. They have their own rooms. They have their own toilets. They don't have to worry about being molested, beaten, or killed just by existing in their punishment that they were forced to be. They simply live life and gain skills. They gain knowledge and they gain those things that they lacked before and are introduced back into society. Now, those 20%, once again, nothing's perfect. But I would much rather have 20% of our prisoners going back than 70. And it goes to show that people will really change when you put them in the right conditions. So, how in the world can you help that? Because I hold this belief because I care about humans. I hold this belief because I want people to be the best that they can be at all times, and I want them to make sure that our society is doing the same. However, we can't do that with about 2.4 of our American citizens in prison. Now, what can you do? You're thinking, oh my God, this is terrible. How can I help? I know, give me just a second, because I felt the same way about 2 years ago. All you need to do is educate yourself. These opportunities for prison reforms happen during voting, they happen during just polls on the internet. Just be aware of your community. Educate yourself on the prison justice system. Consider taking a job in that field and work towards a better America, because that's all you can do is do your best. These prisoners aren't even allowed to do that. So at least give them, or work to give them, the opportunity to be back where they belong among citizens. Work with them to make sure that they are rehabilitated, to make sure that they are reminded that they're still human. Work with them to help them regain their citizenship from the American prison system.